Odysseus has finished his tale, and the Phaeacians are still. King Alcinous begins to speak.
Odysseus, now that you have come to my bronze-floored home, my vaulted roofs, I know you won't be driven off your course. Nothing can hold you back. I call on you, Phaeacians, to bring this honored man your bountiful gifts. Come, each of us add a sumptuous tripod, add a cauldron.
The Phaeacians followed the king's instructions, filling the ship with handsome bronze gifts, stowing them under the benches. Then back the party they went to Alcinous's house and shared a royal feast. Odysseus rose to speak.
Alcinous Majesty, make your libations launch me safely on my way. To one and all, farewell. All is good in my heart's desire, your convoy home and your precious loving gifts. May the gods bless them for me. May I find a loyal wife when I reach home. May you, here in Phaeacia, delight in your loyal wives and children. May the gods rain down fortune on you all.
Come, let us with a prayer to Zeus the Father sail our new friend home.
The Phaeacians stored the rest of the food and the wine and the gifts in the great vessel. Pushing off the banks of the shore, an irresistible sleep fell on Odysseus' eyes. The ship leaped with hooves high to run the course in no time, like a 14 horse. Once at the bay, the Phaeacian crew hoisted out the treasures the Phaeacians, urged by Pallas Athena, had lavished on him. Up from the benches, they lifted Odysseus off the decks and laid him down on the sand asleep, still dead to the world. Then pushing off, they sailed for home themselves.
Odysseus has survived unscathed despite my plea. Zeus cannot let this happen. I will lose my honor among the mortals. Now there are mortal men who show me no respect. Phaeacians too, born of my own loins. They betrayed me. I said myself that Odysseus would suffer long and hard before he made it home. But now they're swept across the sea in their swift ship, sound asleep, loaded with gifts. He has arrived with more plunder than he could ever have from Troy.
Incredible that you moan so, Earthshaker. The gods don't disrespect you. You are the oldest, the noblest of them all. And those mortals? If any man pays you no respect, just pay him back. The power is all yours.
I'll avenge myself at once. I feared your wrath and shied away. With your blessing I will destroy the Phaeacian cutter on their homeward journey. They will learn at last to cease and desist from escorting every man alive. I'll block every journey to their port with a mountain.
I have one better, brother. As the people eagerly await the safe return of the crew, watch her speeding home, strike her into a rock just offshore. Then surround our port with a huge mountain. The men will marvel for ages.
Poseidon, content with Zeus's blessing, quickly went off to execute revenge. As the swift ship came into view for the Phaeacians waiting ashore, he turned her to stone, rooting her to the ocean floor. The Phaeacians were stunned and desperately confused until King Alcinous rose to clear the air. He told the people of his father's prophecy. In clear detail, he explained how their hospitality to all mankind enraged Poseidon, and as a punishment, he had turned their well-built ship into stone and surrounded their port with a great mountain. Alcinous, eager to appease the great god, ordered the end of all help towards castaways and the sacrifice of 12 bulls.
At last on native land, Odysseus awakes, but he cannot recognize his homeland because Athena has showered mist over all. This way she can disguise Odysseus under cover.
Man of misery, whose land have I lit on now? Where can I take this heap of treasure? And where in the world do I wander myself? Now I don't know where to stow all this, and I can't leave it here, inviting any bandit to rob me blind. So damn those lords and captains, those Phaeacians. Not entirely honest or upright were they, sweeping me off to this no man's land. They swore they'd sail me home to sunny Ithaca. Will they never keep their word? I'll inspect my treasure and count it myself. Did they make off with anything in their ship?
As Odysseus inspects his treasure, all of which is present and in perfect condition, Athena has disguised herself as a shepherd boy. She approaches him.
Greetings, friends. You are the first I've come to in this harbor. Treat me kindly, no cruelty, please. Save these treasures. I ask you for your mercy. Tell me this for a fact. I need to know. Where on earth am I? What land?
You must be a fool, stranger, or come from nowhere if you really have to ask what land this is. Trust me, it is not so nameless after all. Stranger, the name of Ithaca has reached as far as Troy, and Troy, they say, is a long, hard sail from Greece.
Odysseus is overjoyed upon hearing he has returned home. Once again, he utilizes his cunning towards this shepherd boy.
Ithaca, yes, I have heard of it. Even from Crete's broad island, I have reached it now with this loot as a fugitive. I killed Idomeneus' son, or Silicus, the man who beat all runners alive on that island. He tried to rob me of the spoil I won at Troy, just because I refused to please his father. Serve under him at Troy. I led my own command, so I killed him, just loping from the field. With one quick stroke of my bronze spear, in the dead of night, I made for a ship and begged the crew for mercy, paying them with my plunder. I asked them to take my Pylos or Elis, but a heavy wind blew them off course against their will. We made it to the harbor by midnight, where a welcome sleep fell over my weary bones. The crew hoisted my loot onto the sands and made their way to Sidon, their noble city.
Any god, any man who would have met you would have to be some lying champion cheat to get past you for all-around craft and guile.
Athena!
You terrible man, foxy and genius, never tired of twists and tricks. We're both old hands at the art of intrigue. Among the mortal men, you are by far the best at cunning. But you never recognized me, did you? I, Athena, who have stood by you always. And now I am here once more to weave a scheme with you and tell you all the trials you must suffer in your palace. Endure them all you must. In silence you must bear a world of pain.
Ah, goddess, you are so hard for a mortal man to know on sight. The shapes you take are endless. But you are me now, I know it, telling me tales to make me lose my way. Tell me the truth now. Have I really reached the land I love?
Anyone else come back from wandering long and hard would have hurried home at once, delighted to see his children and wife. But not you. You must put your wife to the test. She waits in your halls, her life an endless hardship, wasting away the nights and weeping away the days. I knew deep down that you would return at last, but I could not fight my father's brother Poseidon, enraged because you blinded his son, the Cyclops. But now I will convince you that you have reached Ithaca. Courage. Free your mind of anguish now. Let's bury your treasure here safe and sound.
Athena tells Odysseus of the suitors that plague his palace. She tells him of his wife's loyalty to her husband, dangling promises to the suitors but planning something else in mind. Athena tells Odysseus that he cannot return as himself to his castle. In order to take action against the suitors, he must be in disguise.
First I will transform you. No one must know you. I will shrivel up the supple skin on your lithe arms, strip the russet curls from your head, and deck you out in rags you'd hate to see some other mortal wear. I'll dim the fire in your eyes, so shining once, until you seem appalling to all those suitors, even your wife and son. You must go to the swineherd, loyal to you always. Ask him all he knows. I am off to Sparta, to call Telemachus home. He journeyed to see Menelaus, searching for news of you.
Why not tell him the truth? Is he too condemned to hardship?
I escorted your son to make a name for himself by sailing there.
And so Athena stroked Odysseus with her wand, shriveling the supple skin on his lithe limbs, stripping the russet curls from his head, covering his body top to toe with the wrinkled hide of an old man, and dimming the fire in his eyes. All plans made, they went their separate ways, Athena setting off to bring Telemachus home from hallowed Lacedaemon.